not the most friendly person in the world. Meth usage and atheism have been the only friends I've had until recently. Somebody who I had not seen or spoken to in however many years got themselves locked up in Las Vegas for stealing an off-brand Nakamura stank-ass swap meet jacket. That somebody is my younger brother Eric. You all may know him as Stuffins. When he got himself locked up, who was there for him? Not SWW management, not VTW management, but me. Because even though I'm one of the most pessimistic bastards in the world, and even though he is a highly annoying brat, Stuffins is still my younger brother. So I paid my money to bail him out of jail when nobody else would. And he protected me, just as much as I protected him when I got balls plexed by that stupid whore Shantae Sparks at Event Mania, which afterwards Stuffins stomped her lights out. But right after that, guess what happened next? Guess who showed up to save the damn day? The man who started this whole damn show. The man who was likely gonna get himself killed at ROV X for an industry of people who don't care about him. I'm talking about Dashon Walton, the man who hit my little brother with a spear and a deafening silence. And if he doesn't get his monkey ass out here right now, then I'm coming back there and dragging his ass out here myself. You've grown a bit wiser since you started this company, but even still, your wisdom or lack thereof is still very much minuscule.
And if you had any wisdom, you'd understand that your brother got his ass deservedly whooped when he struck my wife. Just like he got his ass deservedly whooped when he got pile-driven by Ashbrook. But this isn't about Eric. This isn't even about Jordan. Hell, this ain't even about you and me at Sinful Intentions. This is about me potentially losing my life at ROV X. This is about the fact that for the first time in my life, I'm scared of what's gonna happen to everybody who works here if I lose in Seattle. I've lost 4 championship matches in the last 2 months, and it's been the longest slump I've been on in quite some time. Hell, I've been betrayed by so many people over the last year alone that I don't know who to trust. Now there's this Mutiny Mafia crew that's targeting me, targeting Snow. Next thing you know, they'll target you and Eric too. But there's one thing that you don't know about ROV. There's one thing that nobody but myself and the board knows about ROV and has known since its inception. And I figure the best time to tell everybody the truth about what could happen is right now. See, when I first started ROV, the only person who had a special clause put in their contract was me. The reason why I challenged Vergil to a life versus title match at ROV X was to test him and see if he actually had the heart to kill me, and if everybody, including the 6 owners, had the heart to allow the match to be made official. To my shock and surprise, nobody, not even my own wife Shantae, was against this decision. The clause in my contract that remains to this day is this: if I am to die at any point during Ring of Valiance's lifespan, then Ring of Valiance is to cease operations and shut down. Which would mean that everybody who was employed here, including you, Blake, would have to find work elsewhere. It's not what I wanted to do. I did not want it to come to this. But somebody has to change this industry in a way that it's never been changed in before. And that person is me.
You're a real stupid son of a bitch, you know that? And not only that, but a selfish son of a bitch as well. When I first met you, you seemed like a stand-up guy. You seemed like a man who actually knew what he was doing. But as time wore on, I started to see a change in you. A change that wasn't for the better. It wasn't because of Alessia and Shantae. It wasn't because of the rest of us on this roster. It wasn't even because of whatever bullshit problems you have with Donny. I think you've done the selfish shit that you've done to appease the masses of higher-ups in this industry, to try and fit in order to stand out, to make people happy that don't give a fuck if you die or not. There isn't a soul on this earth high up on the totem pole that cares if you and this company dies. Not Joey Turner, not Orion James, not Maxwell Verdi, not Stigma, not Frisco, not Brandon Young, not even that Tea and Crumpets Rambo Panda piss poor excuse for FAM company owner Cameron Bash, as you so eloquently called him, gives a shit if you and this company die in the same breath. I may not love these people in this audience, I may have my views on things, but I will not stand idly by and watch you piss all of this away for a group of people who are just out for self. Because even though I hate mostly everybody here, admittedly I love this company. And Blake Casey doesn't show love for anything or anybody. Which is why I'm glad now that I have this match with you at Sinful Intentions, because somebody has to beat some damn sense into you. And that somebody is me. Because this isn't about atheism anymore. This isn't even about methamphetamines anymore. This is about my livelihood. And I won't let your selfish ass get my livelihood taken from me.
Oh, I'm selfish. I'm selfish for wanting to change this industry for the better for every single one of us. I'm selfish for wanting to bring this industry together in harmony and unison so that there won't be any conflict between anyone anymore. I'm the selfish one.
The problem is you ain't doing it for everybody. You're doing it for yourself. You said so yourself months ago. You do all of this for you and nobody else. That only further explains how much of a selfish bastard you actually are, Walton. You're even more selfish than the man who swore to y'all's non-existent God. He would never go after the NXW World Heavyweight Championship ever again. Tom Doyle. Remember him? Yeah, of course you do. Because you're just like him. Two selfish and egomaniacal bastards who would rather watch their establishments burn down than to see this industry flourish properly. Two selfish and egomaniacal sons of bitches who only want to go over in the main event scene for their own damn merit, and I will not stand for such perfidy and shenanigans.
You dare stand in my presence and want to talk about perfidy and shenanigans? How about all the years that you, Duran, and Shantae sold and did meth? How about when you first started doing that shit with them and forced them to betray their religious beliefs? And when you went back on your word saying that you would never hurt them and they could get out whenever they wanted? How about when you shot Duran over some stupid fucking drug money that you could have easily flipped and doubled tenfold by yourself? And you call me selfish? Here's a reality for your junky ass, Blake John Casey. And I bet you people didn't know that this hypocrite's middle name is a biblical name. If I die, it will be on my hands, of course. I will take full responsibility. But it'll also be on the hands of the man who kills me dead. So whether it be at X against Vergil, or at Sinful Intentions against you, whichever one of you kills me will be majorly responsible for this company's premature death.
You are a clever bastard. I will give you that much. That being said, though, if you really insist on dying that badly, if you really insist on making this mistake, then I will allow Snow to do the honors. Because I'm not gonna let myself be held responsible for your stupidity. And your grieving family will have nobody to blame but you when the inevitable occurs.
At Sinful Intentions, you may not have much of a choice. Because at Sinful Intentions, I come to fight. I come for war, and I come to win. And when I'm done with you, Little Timmy is next.
Get the message, answer phone. Really, for the How you feeling, kid? Your brains aren't still rattled from when I dropped you on your head, right? I wouldn't want you or Narcy to be hurt before we step inside that cell in Seattle.
Not that it's any of your concern, but yes, I'm fine. I should ask if you're okay after that ass whooping you took from me, Narcissa, Olga, and the Albrecht Hagen clan, but I genuinely don't give a shit about your health.
That's no surprise to me, honey. I mean, look at you. You're becoming more and more like the old me by the day. Red hair, no regard for your employees' health, sex drive through the roof with your significant other, you know. By the way, how is little sister? I bet she's still licking her wounds after your own brother speared her and broke her in half.
Mistress Aubrey is doing very well, thank you. She's at home resting and is preparing for her and myself to beat the shit out of you two self-entitled hoes at Sinful Intentions and at X. And I'm dying to wring both of your necks.
Homegirl, let's set something straight right now. I'm 2-0 inside Hell in a Cell around here. The last time you stepped in a cell was at I Invented Hell, where you blew your chance to become a champion. It doesn't matter if it's you or Narcy or Aubrey or all three. I'm walking out with a victory and taking my power back.
You seem a little bit overconfident, so allow me to knock you back down to reality, Alessia. The last 3 times we faced off, both times that you won, you did so with outside help, whereas I didn't need help to beat your ass. And your opponent tonight, in a few moments actually, doesn't need help to beat your ass either.
That's fine, because I don't need help from anyone. And you know, they should have called you Triple H instead of Paul Levesque, because it honestly suits you better, considering that word on the street is that you're Harlem's habitual homie hopper. Our magnificent ROV Universal Champion Vergil Snow has gone on record to say that I'm incapable of winning matches by myself, both while we were married and long after we split. Well, right here tonight, I proved him, his new bitch, and anybody else with their ideology dead wrong. I had to show not just them, but all of you, that I'm not just another spoke on the wheel around here. I am a valuable superstar here in ROV. And as much as I don't like the bitch, so is Alessia Knight. Because even though we have our past beef with each other over that bootlicking snowman, I respect the fact that she had enough heart to come out here and face me like a woman. With that said, everybody is being put on notice, and that includes the women of SWW as well, and especially you, Mr. Vale. I will mow down any and everybody in my path, regardless of gender, and I will prove that I deserve to be considered one of the greatest competitors in the history of the squared circle by using my in-ring talents and not my in-bed talents to get to the top.
I'm sorry that things had to be this way, Mother. Mother. It's such a weird thing to call you now, especially considering the sickening shit you put me and Daisuke through. Forcing us to have copious amounts of coitus while you sat there and watched us, not realizing the pain you were putting us through. Oh, and then you fucking framed me for Saphira being stabbed in Miami and forced me to say racist things about her in Esperanza. No mother should ever do that to her child. Then again, you were never around much growing up to be much of a mother to me and Daisuke anyways. It's fine. It really is fine. Because every time you were gone for extended periods of time, I figured you for dead anyways. That's why I asked for this match to happen, Sophia. That's why I begged for this match. I want you out of my life. Out of Saphira and Esperanza's life. Out of Big Brother Daisuke's life. For good. I want you dead, Mama. And the only way I'll be able to accomplish that is in the most violent matchup conceivable. In Seattle, at ROV X, you and I will do battle in a death match. And I'm hoping you don't run away this time, Mama. Because just like Lorelai, I am not afraid anymore.
I'm not